right? So I like to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash, double ones the apostles and elders of GMS, and citations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So coming back with Jeremiah 50 and 14, put yourselves array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against Yahweh. It says, Salaki, bro, with me. Right, it says 15, shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her as she hath done, do unto her. Cut off the sword from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest, for fear of the oppressing sword. They shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. And this is what's going to come. A lot of you going to flee to your own land. If you come from China, you going back to China. If you come from Japan, you going back to Japan. If you coming from Ukraine, you going back to Ukraine. A lot of you going to flee to your own damn lands, man. Because you're not gonna want to be here anymore. You gonna be in hell, man. See, a lot of you people have lived comfortably, man. You don't really know what it means to really live in hard times. You think hard times is just, being late on your bills or being evicted or that, man. You don't know hard times until it really comes. You don't know hard times until people, are looking to trying to survive, man. Looking to trying to just make it, to feed their children, right? And the things that they would do in order to survive. You really haven't lived like that. You people, because let's say, okay, you living in a house, you live in an apartment, you can't pay rent because you ain't got a job, or because you lost your job, and then you turn around and you get evicted. Well, you still have a chance to get a job, because it's not like that there's not jobs out there. It's only bad when you ain't got a job. When you ain't got a job, you can't pay for anything. You end up starving, man. Right? That was a video that I worked. This girl told this Edomite, she said, "What if I don't want to work?" He said, "Well, starve." Because that's what it's gonna come down to. So in America, as of right now, you could lose a job and still get another job. There's a bunch of jobs out there you can still get. But what happens when those jobs run out? What happens when you can't get a job? What happens when you really gotta, try to learn how to survive? When you really gotta try to go out there and find food and get food for yourself and your family? You people don't know what it means to suffer. We living right now, we don't really know what it means to suffer. We going through some times, some hard times, but we really don't know what it means to suffer, man. To suffer is what happened when, to really suffer is what happens when we was in slavery, not knowing whether or not we was gonna wake up and see the sun again, right? Whether or not our women was gonna be taken from us and be raped, or our children was gonna be taken from us and be boiled alive. That's suffering. That was suffering, right? You ain't going through that. Right? Suffering is an economic crash. Another part of suffering is an economic crash, to where, you wake up in the morning, you can't go to work. You can't pay your bills. You get evicted. There's no job, so you can't get another job. You can't go in the store and buy anything because you ain't got the money to. Now you're trying to survive. You got kids crying, trying to get fed, and they looking for you to feed them. And while you going out of your mind because you haven't eaten, or you haven't drinking water, just imagine that. That's suffering. Now that's suffering. You people don't know nothing about that right now, man. And a lot of you older people, you only gonna get lucky because you old enough that you just might pass on when you close your eyes and fall asleep. But those that come after you, they might have to end up dealing with that. And if they don't, those that come after them might have to. But it's just a given time, man. It's just a given time. So again, Jeremiah 50 and 17, Israel is a scattered sheep. The lions have driven him away. First, the king of Assyria have devoured him. And last, this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, have devoured his bones. Now, Jacob name was changed to Israel. So this is talking about the Israelites. It's not talking about one man. It's talking about the Israelites, right? Because we know damn well Jacob wasn't during the time of Nebuchadnezzar and his rule, right? We know Jacob wasn't alive during the time of the Assyrian king Shalmaneser when he took the northern kingdom, right, unto Assyria, right? We know that. So this is talking about the Israelites. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land as have punished the king of Assyria. And I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead. And those days and in that time, saith Yahweh, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none, and the sons of Judah, and they shall not be found. For I will punish them whom I reserve. Go up against the land of Merathim, which is another name for Babylon. And it says, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pakan. Pakan is the army of Babylon. Waste and utterly destroy after them. And this is what's coming to this place. The armies of NATO, the armies of BRICS, right, will be wiped out and destroyed. This is the judgment that's coming. This is the events that's going to take place in the future, right? And it could be the near future. Who knows when it's going to be? Only Yahweh knows. But we could only watch the signs and see. We could only pay attention to, alternate news and articles that's giving us updates about the situations within the other nations. That's all we have as of right now. And we gonna only keep teaching and prophesying until the destruction. Right? So again, it says, go up against the land of Meridium, which is another name for Babylon, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pakan, which is the army. Waste and utterly destroy after them, saith Yahweh, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. A sound of battle is in the land, and of a great destruction, because this is what's coming to the land, of a great destruction. Let's go into the book of Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 4, it says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdom, the nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So the Lord mustering the host of the battle. Going back into Proverbs 21:1, the Lord is in control of all of this. The destruction of America isn't going to happen until the Lord decide that it's going to happen. Decide that those nukes shall be shut off, shot off, and bring death and destruction. The Lord mustereth the host of the battle. It says they come from a far country, from the ends of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So the weapons of the indignation of Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to destroy the whole land. And again, those weapons are those thermonuclear missiles. Why? Because the Lord isn't going to destroy the world again by way of water. That's what the whole rainbow is for. Genesis the 9th chapter. The Lord is going to destroy this place with fire. Burn it all up. It's going to be wiped the hell out. This concrete, the cement, all the designs, all the dried up green, all the dried up brown looking grass, the cars, the vehicles, all this shit that you people love so much. The Lord going to burn it all up, man. The weapons of his indignation, his armory, like it tells you in Jeremiah 50 and 23, 24 and 25. His armory, he's going to open that up, and that's going to be it. His armory, you see the Lord armory on a day-to-day basis. All you got to do is go to a video of North Korea. That's it. All you got to do is go to a video of Russia. That's it. All you got to do is go to a video of China. That's it. The weapons of the Lord indignation. And it's not just them. Even the U.S. have nuclear missiles. That's the weapons of the Lord indignation too. Because these missiles, they're not just only going to be shot in America, but guess what? NATO going to shoot missiles back. So there's going to be death and destructions on both sides, man. But America's going to be totally wiped the hell off the face of the earth. There will be nothing left of this place. So it says, Isaiah 13:6, how ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So the Lord is going to come as a destruction from the Almighty. This is prophesied, man. The Lord is bringing death and destruction. Look, and you might sit here and say, oh man, you just going into the new text, the Old Testament a lot. You ain't going into the new. You ain't going into forgiveness. You ain't going into love. You ain't going into that. There's many other videos that I have made on that. And guess what? The Lord only loved Israel, man. He only loved the Israelites that's going to keep his law, statutes, commandments. The whole New Testament is for Israel, man. That's it. It's for Israel to repent, come back to the Lord, and be delivered. That's what the New Testament is about. It's for Israel to have repent, to come back to Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh died to bring grace to Israel. That's what the whole New Testament is about. But we got to talk about these prophecies. We got to talk about how to get delivered from these prophecies. What is required of us to be delivered from the hell that the Lord is about to bring upon the earth. For Jake, going back into Jeremiah 30:7, Jacob's trouble, how to get delivered out of that, and how to get delivered from the death and destruction that the Lord is about to bring, Salakia, that the Lord is about to bring to the earth. Right? So this is what we're talking about. So I don't have to go into the New Testament to show you what it's about. I easily tell you the New Testament is all about Israel having grace, mercy, being delivered, and speaking on the scattered Israelites. And that was a brother who just recently made a video on that. But I'm going to end it from there and say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double unto the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Shalom.